Dynasty Warriors 2 is the second installment of Koei's popular fighting game franchise, and the first game to move from the original one-on-one fighting structure. The game has the player control one of 28 characters and fight through China's turbulent Three Kingdoms era, in a bid to unite the land under one rule, starting with the Yellow Turban Rebellion in 184 AD, and ending with either the Battle of Yilang in 222 AD or the Battle of Wu Zhang Plain in 234 AD, depending on the chosen character alliance.
You're a better general than I had heard.
Dynasty Warriors 3 is a continuation of the Dynasty Warriors series, in which the player takes one of the role of an officer of one of three kingdoms battling for controlling of ancient China, Wei, Yu or Shu. Like its predecessor, which transitioned the series from a fighting game to hack-and-slash action, Dynasty Warriors 3 sees the player takes on hundreds or even thousands of foes in each stage while fighting for victory. Dynasty Warriors 3 Xtreme Legend was the first installment of the Xtreme Legend expansion for the Dynasty Warriors games. Dynasty Warriors 3 Xtreme Legend expands the concepts of the original Dynasty Warriors 3 game. Xtreme Legend allowed for further customization for bodyguards by granting the user control over their name and gender. The game also gave story modes to characters that were not members of the Three Kingdoms. The expansion also gave each character a fifth, more powerful weapon.
We must not You'll all perish!
Dynasty Warriors 4 is a hack-and-slash video game developed by Omega Force and published by Koei for the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox. The gameplay is quite simple to follow. All the player has to do to attack is press square, triangle for special attack. And for the Musou mode, this mode is just like the story mode. You basically pick any character you want and go through a series of battles, with cutscenes in between most of them. Free mode, you can do whatever you want in this mode. You can pick any places you want to go to for battle, and you can pick any character that you want.
Is that one of your tactics? You're asking for it!
Dynasty Warriors 4 Empire is a turn-based strategy game where you fight against other forces to create your own empire with a general from the semi-legendary remains of the Three Kingdom period of China's history, or a player-created character. You start off the game by selecting if you want a pre-made team like Xiahou Don or Xiahou Yuan and Cao Cao or Liu Bei, Gong Yu and Zhang Fei, or if you would like to make your own. Dynasty Warriors Portable is the first ever installment of the franchise into the PlayStation Portable. Similar to previous Dynasty Warriors predecessor, the objective of each stage in Dynasty Warriors is to conquer the land by invading and defeating the enemy's commander. The player must take control of an officer, making their way through each individual stage, defeating enemy soldier and officer. while trying to keep their own commander alive. Dynasty Warrior Advance is a 2005 Game Boy Advance video game that was published by Nintendo and developed by Koei. Dynasty Warrior Advance features a small roster of 13 characters, a sharp decrease in comparison to the last home console title, Dynasty Warrior 4. 3 members of each faction are available from the beginning of the game. Completing Musou mode with any character from particular faction will unlock its secret character.
Enemy defeated.
Dynasty Warrior 5 is a hack-and-slash video game set in China and the 5th installment in the Dynasty Warrior series. Dynasty Warrior 5 features 3 different feudal clans fighting over China. You can choose from various officers of these factions that are Wei, Shu, and Wu. Each faction has its own lively assortment of characters that you will learn about as you play through each officer campaign. You can control the outcome of major battles and wars, using your particular officer to slash through enemies' lines. Dynasty Warrior DS Fighters Battle is an action video game developed by Koei. The game was released worldwide in 2007 for the Nintendo DS. The game features a warrior cards system with 120 cards. In battle, the cards are used to summon the warrior of the Dynasty Warrior series to assist the player in battles. Decks can be formed by the player. However, the number of cards a player can equip is only as much as the number of player defense points, rotation stores, and weapon stores in the map.
There you are. You shall not pass here. You have come too far. I cannot lose to an idiot like you.
There is a lion on the field. You shall not have the land of Shu.
Dynasty Warrior 6 is the latest in a long line of Dynasty Warrior games. Dynasty Warrior 6 is the first game in the series to feature redesigned engine to take advantage of the power of the 360 and the PlayStation 3. With the introduction of a new engine, the gameplay in Dynasty Warrior 6 has changed quite a bit from its predecessor. The basic remains the same in that a player selects an officer, heads into battle and defeats enemy officers and wave of enemies while completing objectives. However, the player now has several new abilities. Dynasty Warrior Strikeforce is the third Dynasty Warrior game for the PlayStation Portable and the first to use a revamped character design introduced in Dynasty Warrior 6. The game structure is a dramatic departure from the main Dynasty Warrior series, as it features stronger RPG elements and a mission-based structure reminiscent of Capcom's Monster Hunter series. The game also features 4 players simultaneously co-op via local connection on the PlayStation Portable releases and online on the 360 and the PlayStation 3 version. Shin Sangoku Musou MULTI 2 is the sequel to Dynasty Warrior Strikeforce. Over 200 customizable parts are available for character. They can slightly alter their appearance with these items equipped. Having cleared saved data from the previous title grant for mask for character. They are cartoon version of the animal used to represent Wei, Yu, and Shu, as well as an extra panda mask. Character can now awaken their power with new techniques called Weapon Overdrive. It surrounds their weapon with a glittering effect.
It seems they backed us into a corner.
Dynasty Warriors 7 is a 2011 PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 game in Koei's long-running Dynasty Warriors series. The combat gameplay is similar to the classics charge attack system seen in title predating Dynasty Warriors 6. This game allows borrows the dual weapon system used in Dynasty Warriors Strikeforce. Each character is capable of using two weapons. The player can freely equip different weapon type to each character. Though characters equipped with a weapon they have poor affinity with are not as effective as they are with other weapons.
We should all aspire to such greatness.
Dynasty Warrior Next is the first entry in the Dynasty Warrior series for the PlayStation Vita and was released in 2012. Many changes were made to the game from the Dynasty Warrior games on the PlayStation 3. Health regen, the player no longer has a health bar. When the player is damaged, red lightning encroaches from the corner. Breaks attack. This powerful attack can be used to instantly take over an area. Speed Musou attack. As well as with normal Musou attack, the player can also do a much powerful attack if the bar is full and the player taps on the screen. Shin Sangoku Musou 2 is the second portable Dynasty Warriors spin-off title produced by Kenichi Ogawa and the other being Dynasty Warrior Next. Ogawa claims that this title is created as a direct contrast to Shin Sangoku Musou Chronicle. Battle involves 4 main participants. 4 players can fight against each other in battle in a variety of configurations. It can even be 2 against 2, a difficult 1 against 3, 1 against 1, etc. Each player can choose 3 characters to play for their team. Certain locations on the map can be used to replenish a character's skill to weaken. Shin Sangoku Musou Slash is a social game spin-off of the Dynasty Warriors 7. When starting the game, a custom avatar must be created before joining Wei, Wu, or Shu. Once a side has been selected, the player will receive their first weapon. Battles are reduced to minor skirmish, where players are tasked with pillaging nearby bases. Objectives include defeating a specified number of enemies or certain generals within a given amount of time. Combat takes energy points, which are recovered by waiting in real time or by consuming Chinese plants.
敵の行く手を阻まん。
報告！敵が場外に伝令を放ちました。本隊に連絡し、増援を呼ぶ模様。
Dynasty Warrior 8 is a 2013 hack-and-slash game developed by Koei Tecmo. The game features the largest playable roster in the series to date, with new and returning characters, as well as the return of Shin faction first introduced in Dynasty Warrior 7. In addition to the brand new character listed below, the Dynasty Warrior 8 routine character added to Dynasty Warrior 7 Xtreme Legend and Empire expansions, such as Waze, Gu, Jia, and Shu Su Chu. Dynasty Warrior Godseekers is a 2016 spin-off tactical role-playing game to the Dynasty Warrior series. Dynasty Warrior Godseekers, unlike the mainline Dynasty Warrior games, is a turn-based strategy game with no hack-and-slash combat. Compared to the standalone Empire games, which are turn-based strategy games that uses traditional hack-and-slash combat to resolve conflict. Players control a team of up to 5 characters as they move across a grid and attack enemy units in order to achieve some form of objective. Dynasty Warrior 9 is a 2018 hack-and-slash video game developed by Omega Force and published by Koei Tecmo. Dynasty Warrior 9 is an open-world hack-and-slash game played from a third perspective with stealth elements. The game revamped the gameplay of the series with the introduction of the open-world environment. A traversable map of China is implemented with the player can freely roam on foot, horseback, or boat. The game focuses on livable environments such as cities and towns, as well as places where large battle takes place.
兵や管理が己が栄達のために民を虐げ、虐げられた者たちが糧を求めて野党となる。
Dynasty Warrior Origin is a 2025 PS5 game developed by Koei Tecmo, followed by the electrifying 1 vs 1000 action. Dynasty Warrior Origin intensifies the battlefield thanks to massive armies populating the screen from end to end, waging for a fight. Throughout the game, player will need to act as fast as unprecedented size and scale of enemies army overwhelm the battlefield. Coordination with allied armies is key as players deploy battle tactics in real time while slicing through waves of soldiers is the most tension-filled fight in Dynasty Warrior history.